Right, let's just clean this up a bit. Okay, just got to the next one. The problem that I've been told is that there's no water coming out the hot taps. It's going to be one of two things. I don't know what type of system it is. I'm hoping it's as simple as it's What's happening, everyone? Thank you for tuning back in again. Hope you've had a great weekend. It's Saturday night for me here today, and me and Nikki have just come back from our anniversary dinner. It's not our anniversary yet, it's on the 3rd of September, which I believe is Tuesday, yeah. 8 years we've been married. So night off from the kids, dropped out at my mum and dad's, and we just went out to a restaurant, had a nice meal, and we're going to sit back, put on a movie, and probably just fall asleep without the kids and actually get a good night's sleep for once. Because you know what it's like, if any of you have got kids, you know what it's like, there's no such thing as a lion anymore until they're much older and they start wanting lions. But it is what it is. This week's video, it's a nice mixed bag. We've got some repairs in here, we've got a little bit of installations. I'm using that first person view camera a little bit more in this one. I'm going to start utilizing it more. Like I said, as we get into more breakdowns, it will become a lot more easier, or probably will come in more use, and I'll be able to really get in depth with breakdowns and show you guys how I'm working rather than me doing something and then showing how I'm doing it. It'll probably save time as well. Now, a lot of these jobs in today's video, in fact, 2 of the jobs are through a property management company. The way that this works for me is through Powered Now. I get the jobs already loaded in there as soon as they send them up to me, because with Powered Now, what you can do is you can have one main record. So the property management company is my main contact record. And then within that, you can have sub records. So addresses of all the properties that they look after. What that means for me is I haven't got to go into a different property record each time. I can go into the main record for that property management company, and I can then go into the separate property record depending on which property it is, and I can split it into projects. So all the gas sets for that property year after year after year are loaded under that record. All invoices for that property, depending on whatever the job is, whether it was call outs, repairs, anything, all under that one property. But it's still separate, but still together, if that makes sense. It just works really well, and it helps me keep on top of my paperwork and stops me from losing track of everything. Like I said, you get a 14-day free trial with it. You don't have to put any card details in or anything like that. It's worth giving it a go. You've got nothing to lose. I started using it before to promote their product. And like I said, the only reason I promote it is because I genuinely use it and I think it's a great product. I have actually done a video where I'm showing how I compile a gas set on the first person view camera, which I'll post it up once I've done it, just to show you guys how easy and how quick this software is, and how it just makes your admin life a lot more easier. If you want to give it a go, the link's in the description. Click on it, you get a 14-day free trial. If you like it, fantastic, you can carry on. If you don't, you've not lost anything, but you might just save yourself some time. Let's go on with today's video. Hope you enjoy it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all on the next one. Thanks for watching. Right, so you guys might remember this one from another video where I just removed the radiator because it was leaking, it was rusted through. So landlords agreed to replace the radiator because the option was to either put the radiator back because it was leaking from, so it wasn't, well, it was showing signs of rust, but the actual problem was it was leaking from the bottom of the valve there. I ended up removing it and just capping both ends, and then the condition of the radiator wasn't great anyway. Landlords decided to go with a new radiator, so we've got the replacement one here. Gonna hang it on the wall first. It feels like fairly solid wall, so hopefully should be able to get some decent fixings on there. And then yeah, I think I'm gonna have to do a bit of pipework adjustment because the old radiator was imperial and this one's metric, so it's probably gonna be a little bit of pipework adjustment. I've got a stub of pipe on there which I can probably come off there, and obviously I've got enough on there. So yeah, let's the system's pressurized at the moment, so first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to get the radiator hung on the wall and then drain the pressure out of the system, and then yeah, pipe it up. So let's crack on.
Right, radiator is hung and level. Just drained the pressure at the system, so now we're ready to pipe up. I reckon here I'll probably get away with maybe 2 street 45s, or street 45, normal 45, bit of pipe straight into there. Or depending on how much length I've got, I might be able to do 2 street 45s straight onto there, straight off the tail there. And on this side, I may be able to do something similar. I mean, I can obviously shift the rad over a little bit, so what I might then do is I might just shimmy it over to one side, so maybe I can get one side straight down like this end, and then this side I've got a little bit more play to get a bit more of a kick in. So let me play around with the adjustments, and then we'll come back and get this piped up. Right, so everything's been cleaned up. So cleaned, let me get you guys where you can see. So I'm still getting used to this first person view angle. So yeah, I've cleaned the pipe up there, cleaned that pipe up there. So there I'm just gonna put a straight coupling and maneuver that straight into there. And over here I can do 2 street 45s, and that should see me he says come on, there we go. So that'll go on there. So let's just paste this side up, and get everything pressed in. This side. Alright, back up to pressure. Rad's done. No leaks. Happy days. Just gonna have a clear up, take everything down to the van. I've got about 20 minutes left on my parking before it expires. It's probably how long it's going to take me to get everything tidied up and back to the van anyway. And then just see what the tenant wants to do about the grills, whether they want to leave it like this or they want the grills on. And then here's the old radiator. I'm just going to take that away with me as well and let the scrap man take it. So yeah, on to the next one. Right, let's just clean this up a bit. Okay, just got to the next one. The problem that I've been told is that there's no water coming out the hot taps. It's going to be one of two things. I don't know what type of system it is. I'm hoping it's as simple as it's a Vaillant Ecotech Plus and the filling loop on the cold side has been left open. That will stop water coming out the hot taps because it will divert it just to the system side. I think the same thing happens on Ideals as well. So I'm hoping it's a combi boiler like that where the cold water valve or the filling loop has been just turned to the filling loop side and that's what's stopping it. The other thing it could be potentially, if it's a gravity fed system, it could be an airlock on the hot water side. So let's go in and find out. Okay, so it is a gravity system and yeah, nothing on the cold or very poor, nothing on the hot. Cold, very poor, hot, nothing. There is a shower pump here as well. I don't know if that's doing the whole flat or just the bathroom, but that's been switched off there. So do you use the pump at all?
I have put it on.
And it's still doing the same thing, is it?
Yeah, nothing's coming.
Right, let's try it. That pump's is buzzing. It sounds like it might be burnt out. Right, so let's switch that off for a second. Right. Next thing to check is the water inside here. So I'm going to jump up and have a look in there. There is water in there. I mean, I've not looked inside it, but I can tell just by trying to lift it, it doesn't. And I can hear water sloshing around in there. Tank as well, that's hot. So the immersion's been obviously on a timer. And even that, look, you can hear that there's water in there. I reckon the tenant's only just moved in. She just told me she's only moved in a few days ago. I reckon the pump may have run dry or it may have seized up, depending on how long the prop's been vacant for. So I'm going to try, I think there's a little trick that you can do to put a magnet on one of these to get the flow switch to activate. Well, I'm also going to go and get my wet vac from the van and try and pull some water through the taps and see if that kicks the pump back into life. Right, this is the first thing to try. Yeah, pump's gone. That's filling, so I know there's no airlock. That is active, but yeah, the pump is just seized up. I think it's just been off for so long, so it's not, yeah, that's running well hot. I don't want to keep that on because, yeah, don't want it to be a fire risk. So I'm going to get a model of it. It's a Grundfos one, and then just have to come back and replace the pump. That is literally all that can be done on this. I've got a lever valve on there. That's the cold feed to this pump. There isn't a lever valve on the hot, and there's no ISO on there either, which is a bit annoying. But is there a lever valve on the fill to the tank? That's going to the mains. Where is the tank being fed from even? Can't see where the tank's being fed from. Ah, this one. Yeah, I'm not touching that gate valve, so I'll probably bung it when I come to do it, and then maybe cut in a lever valve. Yeah, because there is warm water. The pipe is warm, but yeah, nothing happening. So gonna need to replace this pump. You guys might recognize this, might not recognize this because the kitchen's been fitted. This is the baxi that I fitted the other week. last week even actually. There we go. That's all there. They've just got to get the nest on the wall, but it's all that. Obviously the boiler was running, commissioned and everything anyway, so there's no problems with that. Back here today to fit the hob, so the kitchen's been put in, as you can see. The kitchen fitters have cut a little hole out there for me for my gas pipe, which I'm going to have to make a little bit bigger so I can put my gas cock on. So I've just brought in all my bits and bobs. So I've got a gas cock, which I'll literally just put on the end of that compression cap there to make the hole a bit bigger. There is a clip behind there already, so I'm going to try and feed the gas pipe through the clip and it'll go straight onto there, because that was literally just vertical there. And then over here, the hob connection is here, which actually, look, that might just work out bang on. I need to put the elbow onto there. Or have I got space? Have I got space? How much space have I got? Yeah, no, because I was thinking maybe I could put a straight male line onto there and wind that in, and then put a street elbow down, but no, it's going to hit the back there. So elbow, put that elbow in there, so that will come down here, and then probably shoot it back and then down. Okay, let's get to work. Managed to fish that through there. There is a clip behind there. Don't know if you can see it in the dark, but I've got it in the clip. That's on there. Just done another tightness test, and it might be a bit of a long-winded way, but I'm going to do a couple of tightness tests on this job. So that's all sound there. And the reason why I'm doing it like this is because there's going to be a number of different connections. So in case like I've not been able to tighten something up fully or what have you, I don't then want to go hunting for a leak. So at least now I know that my connections are good up to the bottom there. I tightened that on before I fished it through, but at least I know that I've done that up properly. And then once I connect the hob up, then I'll do another tightness test, and that will obviously just test the rest of the pipe work. Bit of a long-winded way, but just covering myself because I'm working in a tight area. I don't want to take a risk that I've not been able to tighten something up fully just because of the space. Right, let's crack on now. Okay, that's all piped up. Tell you what, I do like using this stuff. It's basically like Loctite and Rapid Blue, but it doesn't drip when you put it on the threads. It doesn't go rock hard like Rapid Blue, so you can't undo it if you make a mistake. It's cheaper than Loctite. I think it's roughly the same price as Rapid Blue, but yeah, the fact that it doesn't drip and it doesn't leave any blue staining, that's a win for me. So check them out. But yeah, other than that, I've got a couple of street elbows going straight into the female line up there. And drop test is good. I've just checked it. Yeah, that's all sweet. Now I've got one more job to do here. This is the old redundant barrel gas pipe. So there's an elbow there, so I'm going to try and probably cut one side off there and then just wind this out, so that they just want to get rid of that little bit there. With the hob itself, again, kitchen fitters, amazing workers. There's a socket behind here. Well, it's not been put in yet, but the electrician is coming to put the socket in. The cables are in the back box there, but they haven't left a cut out for the socket either. Go figure. I'll probably just get a lighter or something and just light the rings and commission the hob. So at least my part's done. Get rid of that gas pipe, and then yeah, we're out of here.